What's happening, guys? We got Edwin back with us tonight. We're going to be doing the Pro Hormone Show here in a little bit. Show will already have happened by the time you watch this video, but we'll go ahead and link to it down below. Check out the replay. Edwin's always great to have, super knowledgeable about the ingredients, how they work, why they work. So we're going to have Edwin go over Souls for Sale with us, which is the newest Condemned Labz pre-workout. Convict is what they're very well known for. Awesome pre-workout, great price point. 50 servings per tub if you're not a super stim head. But this one is actually even more impressive than Convict. And I really like the addition of the Eria Jarensis, but overall they've added more pumps, more nootropics. Fantastic pre-workouts. What do you think about it?
I think it's really good too. I mean, Convict's actually one of my favorites, to be honest with you. What I like about it is that it does get split up into a 2-serving, like size-wise, so you can either do 1 scoop or 2 scoops, really up to you. The 1 scoop really still does the trick when it comes to overall energy, focus, pump. They still include the 2 amino in there, which I really like. But this one just looks like an overall complete stim pre. But I mean, the label is very impressive, to be honest with you. That's one thing that, as you said earlier, I mean, Condemned Labz, they're very impressive with all their products. Their carb product, C-Block 10, is actually one of my favorites too. I take that every single day. But yeah, so the breakdown of this one, I mean, you get 6 grams of citrulline right off the bat, so you can get a great pump from that. 3.2 grams of beta-alanine, 2.5 grams of betaine anhydrous. We just did a video about that, actually. Yeah. Tyrosine, so 2 grams of tyrosine actually, which is a very high amount. Oh yeah. So get that cognitive function and get the hydration aspect of that. You get 1.5 grams of agmatine sulfate, so to make sure that the NO2 receptors in your body can stay open for a long period of time, so that way your pump actually lasts, which is a very good thing to have actually when it comes to anything that has high stims, because again, too much caffeine can be a vasorestrictor, but having something like that amount of agmatine can actually help kind of counterbalance that a little bit. Looks like right off the bat you got 350 milligrams of caffeine.
Just kind of point out, they actually did cut the DMHA by, I think it was 25 milligrams, but they upped the caffeine by an additional 50, and they also got the, I think, synephrine, which we'll probably cover in a minute.
Yeah. Another thing they're actually known for is putting the mucuna in here, which is the natural form of L-Dopa. So right after we get that overall good feel when it comes to taking a pre-workout. 250 milligrams of CDB choline, which is a very utilized form of choline to take into the body. 200 milligrams of the 2 amino in there. And then you also get 200 milligrams of the Eria Jarensis in there as well too.
I love that ingredient.
Eria Jarensis is awesome. Yeah, that's another stim that most people it's very undermined, but it works so well, especially pairing it with like even a decent amount of caffeine. But yeah, having that with the 2 amino in there, I think that's a fantastic combo. This one was actually a very interesting ingredient, the Oroxylum indicum extract.
I wasn't sure about what that was.
So from my understanding, it's supposed to help with reducing initial cortisol, which again makes sense for a product that's going to be high stim. So I'm guessing that kind of helps control and again counterbalance the whole feel effect, so that way you're not overly jittery from the product or anything like that, even if you do a full scoop.
Same way a lot of guys throw theanine into their food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So this is kind of a little different, and it's actually a trademarked form called Subroxy, which is pretty awesome. I mean, that's great to use trademarked forms of these kind of products. And then you got the whole coffee fruit extract as Cognac Q. So again, another cognitive ingredient to help with focus. Synephrine hydrochloride at 60 milligrams. So for most people who don't know what synephrine is, it actually helps to keep your body warm the whole time. It comes from bitter orange extract.
Is it the same thing as citrus aurantium?
Kind of similar.
Okay.
Yeah. Citrus aurantium is actually Eria Jarensis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Here's where things kind of dip for me, at least personally. You got...
Let me guess, yohimbine.
Yeah. You got 1.5 milligrams of the ribosine, which is 90% alpha yohimbine, and then you got 1.5 milligrams of the yohimbine hydrochloride. So I'm not the biggest yohimbine guy, but again, for a lot of people who can handle it and who actually like the feeling and stim from it, this is going to be a great one for you. And then they got the 50 milligrams of estrogen to help kind of absorb everything fully.
And even it's not a small dose, but it's a small enough dose to, even if you're not a huge fan of ribosine or yohimbine, it's a small enough dose that you could probably still tolerate the product.
That small amount, you honestly still feel it no matter what. Even in the Convict, there was times when like even that small bit that they put in there,
Right.
I honestly still felt it. But again, it was tolerable for me. But when you combine the two like that and a full scoop, I mean, if I were to try this, I'd probably end up doing half a scoop of it, just because, for one, I don't like too much caffeine anymore. But I mean, like I said, overall, when it comes to well-rounded and everything that it has in it, I think this is an awesome product, to be honest.
And this, we initially thought it was going to be kind of a Halloween exclusive, but apparently this is going to be a regular edition of the line. This is going to be kind of their premium pre-workout, which everyone's coming out with premium pre-workouts. At $50, it's a pretty good bargain. A lot of the pre-workouts are getting up to $60, $65. And the flavor is Witch's Brew, which is a sour green gummy.
Okay.
So we do got this one on the site. We'll link to it down below. You can also check out Convict as well, another favorite here. But I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Later, guys.